All right, guys, how are you? Welcome to the class. This one today in hospitality statistics, we're gonna talk about how you guys can develop a research questionnaire. Yeah, still with me, Johannes Kurniawan, Sir Joe. So today we're gonna talk about the questionnaire, how to develop the questionnaire. So as we've been told, or we talked about the research topic on our last meeting. Uh, for this example questionnaire, I will use the influence of food quality and service quality on the customer satisfaction in the restaurant. The research variable will be the two variable, which is independent variable and dependent variable. For the independent variable, as you can see on the title, as you can see on the title, I'm gonna use food quality, service quality, and the customer satisfaction. For the independent variable, we're gonna use the food quality and service quality. On the other side, the dependent variable, we're using customer satisfaction. So the step one is you guys have to identify the research variable. Independent variable is the one who influence or getting impact to the other variables. For example, for these cases is food quality and service quality. On the other hand, independent variable is affected by independent variable. So you have to choose for the title, like you have to choose for the PRO title. For example, our dependent variable is customer satisfaction. So step number 2, you have to select supporting theories. For example, food quality theory by Yong-Kyung Nam-Kung and Sean Zhang at 2007. And for service quality, theory by Parasuraman or Valerie Zetholm and Leonard Berry by 1988, but I think I mistyped this one. So this should you guys should be using a newest one. So I'm gonna revise it. Voila. Yeah, you have to use the newest year that you can find. Yeah. And then we have customer satisfaction, the theory by Philip Kotler and Kevin Lane Keller. Usually they call Kotler and Keller in 2016. The step number 3, you have to determine the indicator for the food quality, for example, for variable 1, x1. So the variable x1 is food quality indicators by Namkung and Zhang at 207, which is they have 6 indicators. Food presentation, menu variety, healthy option, taste, freshness, and temperature. If you remember what I'm talking about for the last hour meeting, the sample to make, or how many quantity that you have to make question on the questionnaire, you have to make minimum 2 each indicator or sub variable. So let's say the food quality in here, we're using a 6 point or 6 indicators. So you have to multiply by 2. So the minimum question that you have to make for the food quality is a 12 question. Next, for service quality indicator, we have 5. They're using Terra, tangibility, reliability, responsiveness, assurance, and empathy, which is the minimum question that you have to make is to multiply by 2. So the minimum for the service quality will be 10 question. Lastly, for the indicator Y, or we usually call dependent variable, Kotler and Keller at 2016, they're using 5 indicator. So you guys have to multiply minimum 2 times, then you get a 10 question minimum. So if we accumulate the all question, that will be 10 plus 10 plus 12, that will be 32 minimum of question that you have to ask in your content for your questionnaire. The last step is you have to choose the measurement scale. I give you an example, or I give you a template for you guys that you're using a Likert scale. Likert scale is a scale to measure the agreement or the uh, satisfaction from the subject. Yeah, so I will give you this point or this score to you guys to apply to your questionnaire later. So Likert scale will be using score number 1 to 5, which is 1 will describe for strongly disagree, 2 is disagree, 3 is agree, 4 is strongly agree, and 5 is very strongly agree. Yeah, so you just use this scale for your questionnaire later on. So this is how you structure the questionnaire. So there's a several section. I divided into 4 sections. So make you guys a little bit easier to make a questionnaire. So section A is respondent demographic. Section B is the variable X1 or food quality. The section C will be the X2 or service quality. The section D will be the dependent one is customer satisfaction. Okay, for section A is respondent demography. Respondent demography is describing about the person or individual who filling out your questionnaire. The first question, maybe you can ask the name or not. So it's depend on your guys. But I give you an example like a gender. They have to choose a gender, male or female, because you have to describe how many male or how many female who filling up your questionnaire later on. The ages, I give you a not a sample actually. I give you a template so you can use it on your questionnaire later. So you can start under 20, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 and above. As you can see in ages using an interval scale, which is 20 to 30, that will be using a 10 range. Yeah, so if you notice, gender using a nominal and age using an interval. Next to the still on the respondent demography, you can ask and you have to ask education level or background education level, the latest one. Let's say that you're one of your friend filling out still studying it at bachelor degree, so their last education level will be the high school and so on. Yeah. Then frequency of visit. If you talk about visitation, you have to ask the frequencies of the visit. But if you ask about buying products or buying something of food or beverage, I think the relevant question will be frequencies of buying per month or buying per a week. Yeah. So how many times that you buy this beverage, or you can name the beverage, maybe the coffee, the matcha, or etc. etc. Yeah, maybe once a week, once a month. You have to have a same scale on your multiple choices. Like if you say that a monthly, so you can say that once a month, twice a month, thrice a month, and so on. If you wanna using weekly, you can use once a week, twice a week, thrice a week, and so on. That's for all for the respondents demography. If you think that you need more question about the respondent demography, you can add on the question. The more question that you ask, the more value or grade that I will give it to you guys. Yeah, the more comprehensive the question, that will be great. Okay, next. This is the guideline to writing the questionnaire item. The good questionnaire item should be clear, simple, easy to understand, specific, not biased, relevant to the indicator, and free from bias that I said before. The lastly is measuring only one concept. Yeah, so measuring just one concept, which is you using a Likert scale, like I told you before. Yeah, just using a Likert scale 1 to 5. They have to clear, they have to simple, because the people who rated the questionnaire have to easily understand what are you talking about. Because maybe when you're spreading the questionnaire, you're not nearby to them, that you cannot describe the question correctly to them. So you have to make this questionnaire with the, I don't know, if you are team and your groups, you can uh, exchange the perspective to the other member groups. Is it a good enough? Is it a good questionnaire enough to you filling out or not? Yeah, because the more clearer, the more simple that you make a questionnaire, the easiest way they or the respondent will be answer. Your result for this PRO will be further easy to interpret or to present the data later on. Okay, next one. This is a example for the each of the variable. Let's say that the food quality have a food presentation. The statement number one will be the food is presented attractively. But I just give you a one example for each indicator. Remember, each indicator should be multiplied minimum by 2 times, which is the each indicator you have a two statement. Yeah. Why statement? Because the answer will be agree or disagree. If you asking a question, the answer maybe will be bias, maybe yes or no question. The agree or disagree, maybe satisfied or not satisfied. Uh, for the questionnaire, I really in like that you have to use just one. In either way, you're using a question or statement for the entire of questionnaire. Don't mix it up. So if you guys from the start you're using a statement, statement number one until statement the last statement that you make maybe 30 or 40, all using a statement. If you're using a question, since the beginning until the last question, you have to using a question, which is pernyataan dan pertanyaan will be different. Yeah. Okay, so please, for entire questionnaire, just using one. In either statement since the beginning, or you're using a questionnaire since a beginning. Yeah, don't mix it up. Yeah, because if you mix it up, there will be biased answer. If you get a biased answer, the project will be the difficult to interpret from the data. Okay, next one is indicator taste. Yeah, this is just a sample. You can just read it the PPT. You can read the PPT that I present to you guys. Just type pause or something that you can write it down. The next one is the service quality. Yeah, service quality, we're using Terra. We're using tangibility, reliability, responsibility, assurance, and empathy. This is just the one of the statement. Yeah, just like I told you before, this one is the not good example because they're using and, or they in the one statement or one question they giving you two option. Yeah, the statement should be consist of a single statement or single question like the restaurant facility are clean, the restaurant facility are visually appealing. Yeah, so you have to divide it into two sentence. Harus dua, nggak boleh dijadikan satu, guys. Yeah, just I told you on the last meet, if you remember what I say in the class. Yeah, this is just example. The next example of the why, you can use my, or you can, I am satisfied with the quality of the food. Yes, I'm agree. Then they can checklist on the 4 or 5. Yeah, it's depend how much they agree about the quality of the food, how they are satisfied about the quality of the food. Yeah. This is the next example for the why. Continue. Okay, this is the example for the questionnaire format. First of all, you have to make a title. Anyway, because we are in the English class, you have to using all in English. Have to, yeah, the questionnaire. But if you think that, sir, our respondent maybe didn't good at the English, well, you have to make it two then. After the English, you have to make another sentence or another paragraph for the bahasa. Yeah, you can divide into two in the one column. Yeah, you have to make introduction first. Who are you guys? You have to enlighten, or you can introduce yourself. Who are you guys? And you're using this questionnaire for what? You have to give the reason why you separating this questionnaire. Yeah, this is for the bridging. The next section will be the respondent profile or demography. Yeah, just like I told you before, usually they're using a nama lengkap or full name. Yeah, for the data, the gender, etc., etc. This one is variable. This one is variable. So they're using this like a question or statement. Yeah, this is the variable also. You guys have to explain. You guys to have we have to explain what is the score mean. What are you using scale? Like a Likert scale is 1 to 5. What is the 1 to 5? You have to give them a knowledge before they can filling out your questionnaire, right? Also, you have to filling out the theory. Let's say they using a product here. You have to input what the theory, whose the theory is, who the theory you're using. You can typing on here. This one, below or before before this line. Yeah, you have to filling out who's the theory that you use for the variable. This is the example of the questionnaire that you have. The respondent will be tick 1 to 10 or 1 to 5 or 1 to 6. It's depend on you guys, but I like you to using a Likert scale just 1 to 5. Yeah, it's also the example of the variable, how to make the variables. Nah, at the end of the questionnaire, you have to say, you have to give a closing section that you have to say thank you for the participation, and so on. Yeah, I don't know. This is just a example. You can make it better. I assume you can make it better and more apa ya ngomongnya ya, more good that the example that I give you here, yeah, supposed to be, because you have to be creative. Yeah, more creative than the example that I gave it to you. Okay, there is a common mistake in questionnaire development. First of all, you're creating questionnaire without theoretical support. That's why in the beginning, I enlighten you or I directing you to looking for the theoretical source. Who's supporting your question? Yeah, you have to looking for the theory first. Yeah. Second one, copying questionnaire item from the previous study without understanding the indicator. Let's say you're using a food quality also. You're using my example, but you just copying without the understand the meaning of the indicator. Because if you're using in a different location, maybe it's not relevant on your locus, on your location. Yeah. Third, writing long and complicated statement. Yes, if you can, if you like, pay attention about the example before, you knew that the questionnaire really simple and comprehensive, not long enough, maybe just 2 sentences in the one paragraph. Voila. Yeah. Using fourth one, using double barrel question like N. There's an N here, right? Double barrel. What is it? Where is it? This one. Yeah, the food is delicious and affordable. Just choosing one. The food is delicious. The food is affordable. Yeah. Don't using a double barrel question. Lastly, not citing the original theory. Again, you have to move in here. Using a theory. Using a theory. You cannot make a questionnaire by yourself. You're not a bachelor enough. You're not a master degree enough, even though you're not a PhD student. So please, looking for the theory to supporting your question or statement. Okay. Well, I think it's a last slide. The last slide will giving you the order. You're looking for the theory, Then you're choosing for the variable. After you choosing the variable, looking back into the theory, choose the indicator or looking for the indicator. Then from the indicator, you can use that indicator to make a questionnaire item or a statement item. Then after that, you can using the research instrument, which is mean, median, modus, you can interpret it into a present the data, right? Always start with a theory. Always start with the theory before writing a questionnaire statement. Remember, start with the theory. Right. So lastly, this is the reference that I use, yeah. The Parasuraman, the one that should be 2022. Yeah, I really forgot to change it. Then Philip and Kotler and Keller in 2016. Namkung and Zhang and 207. And lastly, I'm using research method business to describing you how to make a questionnaire from Sekaran and Boogie at 2020. Yeah. So don't forget to put the reference. Don't forget to put the reference because later on I will asking you who the reference that you use, who the reference is. Okay. So lastly, thank you so much for attention. Uh, so far, you are very great if you looking the entire video. Yeah, because I'm speaking in the one way, not in the class, so we didn't get the interaction so briefly. So thank you. This one is the hospital statistic about how you develop the questionnaire. If you anything to ask, you can like comment maybe, or you can chat me also on the Teams to asking you how is it, sir? How is it? Yeah. Or you can email me. You have my email in the below, right below here. Yeah, you have my email right here. Okay. See also my account for the Teams also. Yeah. So thank you so much for today. I hope you get something from this video because I maybe too fast, but this is the likeness of the online. Yeah. So thank you very much. I hope you're a great day. I don't know when you watch this video. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night if you wanna sleep after this. So God bless you. I hope that PRO for the questionnaire will be smoothly done by this week. Thank you very much. Bye.